factory in Shenzhen, owned by a company called Foxconn, which manufactures electronics under contract for practically every major brand you can name, including Apple.
Foxconn is the biggest company you've never heard of. Foxconn makes over 50% of all the electronics in the world.
The Foxconn plant in Shenzhen employs more than 400,000 people.
If you've never been to the economic engines of China, these giant buildings stacked up with people are, they're just staggering. It almost takes your breath away.
Daisy went to Shenzhen. Foxconn wouldn't let him in, so he stood outside the main gate with his translator, talking to workers at shift change.
In my first 2 hours of my first day at that gate, I met workers who were 14 years old. I met workers who were 13 years old. I met workers who were 12. Do you really think Apple doesn't know?
But what was news were the suicides.
Well, while I was there in May and June of 2010. That's really at the peak of when the suicides were happening with kind of terrible regularity, where week after week workers would go up onto the roofs of these buildings and throw themselves off the buildings.
When you were there nets around the building to prevent further suicides?
There was, yes.
So you saw those?
I did.
And what did that look like, looking up and seeing them?
They look a lot like